Good afternoon and welcome to the Wallers TV from the Ledbury Kitchen. I hope you're all doing very well. Today we're going to show you how to cook a beautiful spaghetti bolognese, all from raw ingredients. You can use a jar, but what we're going to give you is the best way of doing nutritious spaghetti bolognese, and it will probably be ready to serve within 20 minutes. You can leave it longer and let that mince really reduce down, but within 20 minutes I reckon we can get this onto the plate. Let's have a look. Okay, spaghetti, tomato chopped ×2, our special seasoning, minced beef. You might notice that mince isn't bright red that you might see in supermarket shelving. That's because they inject carbon dioxide to reduce any discoloration, but this is true mince as if you just bought it from your butcher and put it in the bag. That's real 95% lean mince. Mushrooms. Spaghetti bolognese would never be complete without your parmesan and an onion. Okay, so first things first is dice the onion. Easiest way to get the skin off an onion is take the first layer off and just peel it round. You're not losing anything by it, but it saves a lot of time and effort just to whip that off. And then we're going to make it nice and small, fine dice. So we get 3 cross sections, and we come down and then we dice. And as you can see, that's real nice and small. As I say all the time, you really do need a sharp knife. Most accidents with knives in butcheries and in kitchens are with blunt knives because you're really pushing through, but this takes no pressure at all. Okay, a little bit of oil. Let's drop those onions straight into the pan. Okay, next thing is take your pre-washed mushroom and slice these through. Don't worry about making it too small, the mushroom will soon reduce down in size. I know I say it all the time, but you cannot beat that smell coming up. Onions, what a beautiful, beautiful aroma that is. Onions and mushrooms, look at that. Beautiful. Little oil. Okay, now that's being done, let's get the spaghetti in. And we'll set the timer for 10 minutes. Okay, now when that spaghetti is put in the pan, you have to just keep using a fork, stopping it stick together. A bit of oil in the water never hurts. A little bit of salt. Okay, now we're going to add our mince. Now obviously because this mince has been vat packed, it gets all pulled together. So once we drop it in, we want to separate it. Okay. And what we want to see is that mince going all grey, to take all the colour. So add a little bit of water. And as you see, using one of these spoonulars, I can't endorse these enough, they're brilliant. Bendy tip, but allows you to really get amongst the mince and just keep pushing it down to separate it. Okay, so as you see that mince has now lost all its colour and it's started to separate beautifully, we're going to add the seasonings. Now in this secret spice selection that we've got here is parsley, paprika, salt, pepper, basil and oregano, which is basically what a bolognese seasonings are. Lovely. You do have to invest a little bit of time in this just to keep stirring it and keep separating that mince. So now look, That's now pretty much ready for the tomatoes. We'll give it another minute or so for and then we'll put the tomatoes in. Don't forget to stir the pasta, making sure that the pasta doesn't stick together because it's very starchy pasta. It does have a distinct ability to bind itself. So just bringing a fork up and then shaking it and letting them separate. Another 5 minutes and we'll whip that out anyway. So now we're going to drop the tomatoes in. Now give that a good stir. So now we're just going to let that bubble away for another 10 minutes or so. Now if it starts to dehydrate and it starts to become a little dry, don't be afraid, like we talked about in previous videos, add a little bit of pasta water. You'll notice that a lot, if not all, of the traditional Italian cooking chefs use some of the pasta water in their recipes. But I'm not going to get a hit from the mafia now, spreading trade secrets. There we go. Now if we look at this, that started to combine beautifully. Just going to leave that to bubble away for 10 minutes now. Let's have a look and see how the pasta's doing. Pasta is about 3 minutes away now, I would say. It depends, obviously. Pasta, like salt, is subjective. Some people like it al dente, some people like it soft. So another couple of minutes might be perfect. So we do not want this to boil, okay? We want this to simmer. So I've dropped this down to 120 now, which will probably be about gas mark 3 maybe. So this will cook away nicely. The meal boxes that we are now providing via wallaceButchers.co.uk, just cook it, is designed specifically for 2, but certain recipes do allow far more. As you can see, that's probably I'll feed a family of 4, if not 6. But again, the best thing about these sorts of meals are portion it out, put it into a freezer bag or a freezer box and drop it into your freezer. That way you've got a nice, easy, home-cooked meal ready just to take out, defrost and enjoy without any of the inconvenience of the preparing. But as you see from this, it took me, 2 minutes to prepare it and get it cooking. The longest time is just letting all that meat just reduce down and cook through. That is where the time is. But this now, as long as you've got it down, see, I'm on 120 and that's bubbling away, so I'm going to take that down again. So I really don't want this to stick, and I don't need the heat, I just want it to continue cooking, okay? Okay, pasta's ready, let's just test it. Perfect. There's our pasta, and as you see, it's all nice and separate, but we need to put a little bit of olive oil over that now, just to stop it binding together. So that pasta is now ready. We'll leave it. It's had oil on it, so it stops the strands binding together, and we can leave that now to cool off. You could do that yesterday. Most, if not all, Italian restaurants will pre-cook their pasta to ensure when their meals are ready and the customers are ready to be served, they'll take the pasta, they'll drop it in some boiling water, they'll take it out the boiling water, and they'll put it straight to the plate. And you'll find, as I've spoke about in previous videos, the nutritional quality of pasta changes dramatically over a duration of time. After 2 hours, the pasta's fats change and your body will no longer store it but use it as an energy. So if you can, pre-cook your pasta at dinner time or as soon as you get home or the day before. So when you serve it, it's better for your belly and better for you personally. As we said, this is a meal for 2, but we're obviously cooking for 1 today. So we take the mince, we take a little bit of the sauce, we mix it in, we just mix all that around. It gives a nice bit of colour to the spaghetti. Okay, and then we take some of the mince. Take some of the Parmesan. A little bit of fresh parsley to garnish. A little bit of olive oil. And there we have a beautiful spaghetti bolognese. Now, if you like things spicy, there's absolutely nothing wrong with adding a bit of chili to this. My children Phil and Ollie love Doritos with their spaghetti bolognese. What got my youngest into eating this is telling him he could eat it with crisps. So what he does is he gets this Dorito or a corn chip and he takes a little bit on. I actually got him eating. Oh, that's lovely. I actually got him eating the really hot ones. Absolutely beautiful, wonderful. In under 20 minutes from when we first put those onions into that pan to serving this up in under 20 minutes using fresh mint, a selection of spices that we'll provide from you or from wallacebutchers.co.uk. If you like the menu, if you like the recipe, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook and visit the website wallacebutchers.co.uk. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. I'm going to take this with me.